SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
Thanks, Nancy. Malema addresses ANC Youth League Lekgotla and a court blow for the Department of Correctional Services. Good afternoon. ANC Youth League President Julius Malema has blamed some of the government's foreign policy decisions for South Africa losing its leadership role in the African continent. Malema was addressing the Youth League's Lekgotla in Pretoria.
South Africa is gradually losing its political influence in the African continent because some of the decisions we have taken, particularly Ivory Coast and Libya, our failure to assume the chairpersonship of the African Union while we have assumed the presidency of the Pan-African Youth Union is a clear indication that we are being rejected by Africa.
Malema also questioned the credibility of the ANC's recently discussed research on nationalization of mines. He says the report goes against the Freedom Charter.
Comrades, the report is going to be discussed in this forum, but its conclusions are already contradicting the Freedom Charter, which is the policy position of the ANC. The Freedom Charter never said mineral wealth beneath the soil. Banks and monopoly industry shall pay 50% tax per year. The Freedom Charter said the mineral wealth beneath the soil, banks and monopoly industry shall be transferred to the ownership of the people as a whole.
The Department of Correctional Services application for leave to appeal against the release of two of the so-called Waterkloof 4 has been dismissed with costs in the Pretoria Magistrates Court. The lawyer representing the two men, Advocate Jaap Cilliers, argued that the department had no right to make this application as they were not party to the initial application by the parole board. Gert van Skalkwyk and Renach Diet were released from prison in December after serving 2 years of a 12-year sentence for murder and assault committed while they were still schoolboys. The court upheld Cilliers' view. ANC Women's League National spokesperson Troy Martins has urged women who are in abusive relationships to break the silence before it's too late. Martins was speaking to the SABC after the court appearance of Johan Gotze and 3 of his employees. Gotze allegedly forced his employees to gang rape his estranged wife and shot and killed his stepson. The case was today postponed until May, but the league first led a protest outside the Modimolle Magistrates Court in Limpopo aimed at giving support to the victim of the alleged gang rape. Martins explains.
We've come to show our support to Ina because as women, we all feel violated by what happened to her. We heard her story and we understand that this court process is a difficult process, and we want to really be here for her so that she knows that she really has the women of South Africa behind her and supporting her. And hopefully with that peace of mind, it'll make this whole process a bit easier for her. The cycle of abuse must be stopped, and we want all women to really come out and speak out about abuse.
And finally, further afield, a Burmese monk who played a prominent role in anti-government protest movements has been redetained by the authorities in the country, also called Myanmar. Shin Gambira, one of the leaders of August 2011 anti-government protests, was among several high-profile political prisoners released last month.